Okay, so today is April 26th, 2018. It's 2:36 in the morning, but it's Thursday and I still haven't made my video. It's crunch time of this semester, and I am staying up much later than I really should be, and just kind of working myself to the bone trying to get everything done. Tonight I was working on a homework assignment that kind of sneaked up on me. I was thinking, well, if we have our test next Tuesday, how can there be any homework? But I know there's one more homework assignment. And so I decided to just go and do it and assume it's due tomorrow. I didn't expect it to take me so long, but I'm pretty confident it's due tomorrow because that was also what the um, page looked like after I looked at it more closely. For now, I seem to be doing fairly well, although we have a test coming up and then we have the final. I had a major project that I've been working on with WindPro in that power generation class, but that that is not going well either. Mostly because WindPro hasn't been working for me, and if WindPro doesn't work, then I don't have a way to do my stuff. So I got that set up and working, but that meant that my presentation today was kind of a dumpster fire because I needed to make an 8-minute presentation on what I was doing, but I didn't know like half of what I was doing because I didn't know if WinPro was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to have to do like a Weibull distribution and just use what data I can find, or if I would be able to actually do a proper kind of analysis using WinPro. And so I didn't know a lot of that, so I couldn't really talk much about it. I was under on time. It was supposed to be 8 minutes. I spoke for more like 6, and so I was terribly under time. I was up until 3 last night putting together my whatever it was called, or 2 or I didn't get to sleep until 3, and it's just been crazy. And then I have a heat transfer project that I need to make sure I'm on the ball with. I am not optimistic about it either. So I'd been studying natural convection, but the professor suggested that I um, change it to a different thing, change it to a boundary layer analysis. So I've been doing a boundary layer thing that's what I've been looking at, but that's different. It's different. So I feel like I'm changing horses midstream and they're pissing on me or something. And I'm tired and I'm frustrated, but it's almost the end of the semester. I do have a couple of high points. I've I seem to have found a professor that I can do a thesis with, which is what I prefer doing. Didn't Part of me wanted to do a project, but part of me hates group work. So I would much rather do a thesis on my own rather than everyone who's doing senior design this year has been complaining about how unreliable their teammates are. So I'm not really keen on that. One of the things I've liked about UNC Charlotte even now is how much of the work has been individual work and not part of a group. But anyway, we also had the opportunity to entertain our neighbor this past Friday, and we watched Megamind at her request, but it was actually a decently good movie. So overall, I'm doing fairly well, and I still have a little bit of social life. I've had to cut out a few things. I didn't get to go to Nashicon. I'm not able to go hang out with Asher this weekend, even though he's home from Japan because I have major projects due. And I have an exam next Tuesday, a presentation next Monday. I have finals coming up, and I have a take home exam I'm going to have to work on next week that I really need to study for. So I just don't have time to go out and have a good time right now. But that's a conscious decision that I'm making. I've had a pretty good time these past few weeks, so I really can't even complain about that. This is really crunch time for the semester, and I'm doing it. I may be getting everything done last minute, and it may be not an A, but I'm getting it done. And so far, I have an A in most of my classes. It's just that one class where I'm going to do better.